What's up, everybody? Today I'll be making hot cross buns, and it's one of my favorite things to have around the Easter season. All you need is a few ingredients, a few tools, and you'll have amazing results. I promise you, you will love this recipe. First up, I'm starting with the tools that I'll be using. I have a KitchenAid fitted with a hook attachment. You can also mix this dough by hand, but of course it will take longer. I also have a baking tray lined with silicone. You can also use parchment. This just makes it easier for it not to stick. For the ingredients, I have flour, salt, mixed spice, I have yeast, brown sugar, milk, eggs, unsalted butter, and I also have some raisins. You can also use currants, but raisins work perfectly for this recipe. And those are all of the tools and ingredients that you'll be needing. Now I'll bring you in closer so you can see the mixing process. For the mixing process, it is super simple. I'll start by adding my flour, salt, mixed spice, yeast, and brown sugar. And now I'll put this down and I'll mix this together until it's evenly distributed. It'll take about 30 seconds to a minute. So that looks good enough. And you can also use your hand to just distribute it if it's not equally distributed. Now I'll start by adding my milk. And I'll drop this back down and I'll mix this on low. And now my eggs. So after about 1 minute of mixing, I'll add in my butter. And now I'll let this go for 8 to 10 minutes on medium. So now, as you can see, the dough is beautiful. It's come together nicely. And what I'll do now is I'll spread this out like so. And I'll add in my raisins straight in the middle. And I'll press that in. And I'll roll this over, roll that over, and I'll close them in. And now I'll knead this in like so. So you'll do this for about a minute. And now you have a nice ball. And as you can see, it's nice and beautiful. And now you'll place a towel over this and let it double in size. It'll take about an hour or two, depends on how warm your room is. So now I'll let it double in size. After your dough has doubled in size, this is what you get. And now I'll separate these into 12 nice little buns. I'm using a bowl scraper. You can also use a knife. So I'll separate that in half. Then from there, what I'll do is I'll do half again. So into quarters now. And now I'm gonna try to get 3 out of these. So I'll put these to the side, and now I'll shape this into nice little round rolls. So here you go, our 12 rolls. So I'll cover these and let these double in size for a second time before I bake them off. So after the proofing process, this is what you get. I'm gonna be doing it 2 different ways. I'll do one just brushed, and later on I'll frost it with the frosting. And the other one, I'm not gonna use any frosting. I'm just gonna do the hash marks in it with a scissor. So now what I'll do is I'll switch the sides and I'll show you what I do. So you can take a scissor if you don't wanna use the frosting, and you can just make a cross in there. Go about 1.5 inches in. And now what I'll do is I'll brush them all with some milk. So now I'm going to place this in a 350-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes or until it's golden brown. While I wait for my cross buns to bake, I'll make my frosting, and all you need is some icing sugar and some milk. So I'll add these together. And now I'll just mix this in. And you can make this as thin or as thick as you like. Of course, the more liquid you add to it, it's going to be a little bit looser. So that's basically it. You're just going to whisk this in until it's nice and mixed together. Bomb. Straight out of the oven, these are the cross buns. As you can see, they look beautiful and golden. Now I'll let these cool before I add my frosting to these set of buns. So now I'm ready to ice these set of buns. I have my icing in a Ziploc bag, and now I'm going to snip a little part of it so I can have my frosting come out. So now I'll start. So here they are, our cross buns 2 different ways. As you can see, it's very simple, and I promise you it is super delicious. So please try this delicious recipe. Again, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, drop some comments below, and please share and subscribe.